feel relieved. I feel like my heart is light.
It was the ignorance that hurt me down to my core.
I support you people.
Okay, so I'm a foster parent for a 3-year-old little girl, or almost 3-year-old little girl. And a lot of people that I've met aren't queer and have foster children. And when I went through the foster care training experience, there was only two, like a gay male couple, two gay white male. And I think that, especially in Colorado anyway, the majority of people who become foster parents are either straight or if they're gay and white. So that being said, I had an experience with the child's therapist, Child's in Therapy, where she called me and we were talking about, just talking about the child and her issues. And then she tells me about a conversation that the child's mother had with her at a meeting with the child's caseworker. And so the child's mother starts saying things like, you know, I've known Alicia for a long time. When she was younger, she used to dress kind of more feminine. She'd wear skirts. Her mom taught her to be kind of girly. And now she's just not, and then she trails off. And in trailing off, the caseworker, this is a story I'm being told by the therapist, the caseworker then goes ahead and says, oh, no, don't say it, don't say it. And the child's mother said, okay, well, I won't say it. So then the therapist is now prompted to ask me, well, I need to just ask you, are you gay? And I said, I'm not really sure why this is relevant. And she said, well, it's not relevant, it's just something that, you know, I think I should know just in working with you and the child. And I said, well, I identify as being queer. I've mostly dated men, and now I'm with a woman. But again, I'm not sure why it's relevant. She said, well, it's not, but I just thought that I should know because the child's mother is going to make it an issue in court. And so I was just kind of like, wow. And that's pretty much the story.
Wow, so what came out of that, or are you still in the process?
I'm unfortunately still in the process, but I think that I've been looked at very much differently by the lawyers involved, because there's way too many lawyers involved, but the lawyers involved and in court, I'm very much more aware of how I present myself as a result of that conversation, because I'm not sure who knows that information or who's, you know, privy to that information.
Wow.
So it makes me, most days, it makes me feel like I'm becoming more sane throughout the process that could be driving someone insane. And I mean that to say the Department of Human Services in Denver is probably the worst organization I've ever had to work with in my life. And in that process, I feel kind of validated being who I am. And at first, I was very frustrated being who I was because I'm like, oh, I'm not the stereotypical person that is trying to, you know, be a foster parent for this little girl. But after the experiences and encounters that I've had, it's been like kind of gratifying to feel like, oh my God, okay, it's not that I'm above anyone, but I'm definitely at a different level in thinking about life and issues and the way to exist in the world with other human beings that people who deal with human services are not. And in that respect, it validates my person, but it also is concerning about the people who we trust and, you know, pay tax dollars to do services for people in the world. Hi, I'm Alicia Roberts, and everybody that you know, including yourself, should get tested for HIV, and I also support you people.